morning, everyone, and welcome into the Bozard Ford studio for the St. Johns County show that's on in the morning.
That's our calendar.
Hi, calendar.
Saying start the show. We got to turn off the sound on that. I said that yesterday.
No notifications. We got a brand new, super high-tech calendar so we can all coordinate and we all are on the same page. And the absolute crap show that this pre-show was.
Oh, gosh. I don't know if you guys would see it in the pre-show, but I'm yelling at Blake but just because of the stupid password he put in.
It's so funny, guys. I'm sorry. We need sound on the pre-show every now and
No,
again.
we don't. No, we don't. Absolutely do not.
That is the worst idea ever, Amanda. No.
We do not need it on the pre-show for sure. You guys would see how mean I am to everybody.
So funny.
I instantly become nice once the cameras come on. And,
It's great. I only hang out with them when cameras are on.
yeah.
All right, we have a proposed change for major music festival. A man arrested after high-speed chase through a preschool parking lot. Senate panel approves a bill affirming the county has the home for the Black History Museum, and Florida officials find elevated levels of arsenic in children's candy. We'll get to all that more, but first we want to thank Bozard Ford. Since 1949, Bozard Ford Lincoln has been more than just a dealership. It's a local legacy built on trust, family values, and a commitment to doing things the right way. Proudly serving St. Augustine and beyond for over 75 years, Bozard offers award-winning service, unbeatable selection, and a state-of-the-art facility with 91 climate-controlled service bays, a quick lane for no appointment needed maintenance, and even Ford's Garage restaurant right there on site. Recognized with the Triple Crown Award and President's Awards, Bozard Ford Lincoln is where hometown service meets national excellence. Great pricing, friendly faces, and a better buying experience are just off I-95 and State Road 16. Bozard Ford Lincoln, they are driven to inspire. Also, big shout out to all of our amazing sponsors. We've got Fidus Roofing, Old Town Trolley, Bin 39 Wine Bar, B&S Signs, Chiba Hut Toasted Subs, Chris Lucero Bail Bonds, St. Augustine Handy Houses, and Sunny's Barbecue. You can support all of our wonderful sponsors and support us with your likes, comments, and shares. Follow us on Instagram, subscribe on YouTube and Rumble, and download our app from the Apple App Store. All right, good morning, guys. How we doing?
Hey, happy Tuesday.
We found out that passwords are hard.
I went through 7 different passwords where they were like, no, you've used that one before. No, you've used that one before. No, you can't use that one. It has your name in it. No, I didn't use your dad's. That was probably the next one I'm going to. And then I meshed like a combination of all my passwords together to come up with a password. So
Nice.
I finally got the password, and then
To download
I had
the
to
app.
get Blake's password, which is the most ridiculous password in the world. And absolutely, it was. Good thing is no one will ever steal your password, Blake.
Our calendar is safe. No one's hacking into that.
No.
Even if we tell them the password, they're not getting in.
No, I tried it, and it still didn't work. So.
I'm just going to hand my phone over to Blake, and he can log it in.
Yeah.
I'm not going to be able to put it in. How we doing, Blake?
I'm doing well this morning. Doing well.
Are you refreshed from your Rolex 24?
Very much so. And after what happened this morning, I kind of wish I was still in Daytona.
Yeah? Your camera's not focusing on you. It's focusing on your monitor behind you.
Give me one.
He's rocking back and forth.
There we go.
There you go.
Whoop.
Oh, that was a little
Do we have a question
extreme
today?
close up. No, there's boogers.
Oh.
When was the last time you were threatened over a password?
Yeah. About 17 seconds ago for Blake. All right.
All right. But hold on, then, Dad. Are you in the center of the tape?
Really? I moved like a centimeter. Really?
Man, Blake, you are so confident,
You're
man.
cruising, man.
I love the amount of confidence you exude.
Yeah, it goes away as soon as those cameras go off.
I know.
All right.
It's great.
Question of the day, because it is so cold.
Uh-huh.
What is the coldest outdoor event you've ever had to attend or participate in?
Okay. A research project my freshman year of college. It was we were observing seals on Long Island. And I was so excited because I had never seen seals in the wild before. As a Florida girl, that's not a frequent sight for us. And so I immediately sign up, and I wonder why there are so many openings, because this is going to be amazing. We're hanging out on the beach, and we're watching seals. I quickly learned how fast it gets cold in Long Island, and my day, it was the first time I also got to see snow on sand. It's great.
Oh, wow.
So I just got to lay in a snowbank on a beach.
So what do you think the temperature was?
It was probably about like 26, 27.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it was on the beach still, but
It's
the
still
cold,
on the beach. Yeah, so the water kind of kept the temperature up a little bit. Okay, gotcha.
But there was snow on the beach. That was not my first day of seeing seals, because the seals were like, I'm not going to the beach today. So it was a pretty lame day for the research project, but I did get to see snow on sand. I mean, why not?
Blake, what about you?
Coolest thing I ever done. I'll probably say like 2 years, 3 actually now. Geez, 4 years ago, the Rolex 24 was like I remember getting close to like freezing point, like and like walking around like before the fireworks, like 10 p.m. I was like, I don't want to be here anymore. I was like, no, like even the biggest fan of the Rolex, I like that color was just like, I don't want to be
So
here.
your coldest time is in Daytona.
Yeah.
Okay. That a rough life.
I know, it's hard.
Yeah.
I don't plan a lot of stuff in the winter. Where
I try
it's like
not
big
to.
events outside.
I try not to. Mine was probably, Blake, you were probably like 5 or 6 years old. You didn't go to the game with us, maybe even less than that. You might have been 4. And I went to the University of Pittsburgh, Miami game.
Mm-hmm.
And it was in Pittsburgh, obviously.
All right.
And it was like 9 degrees.
Dude.
And it was painful. Like I was snuggling with whoever. I didn't even know these people. I was just spooning and having
My
them
hands
block.
between two pillows.
Yeah. Those aren't pillows. You know, but I mean, it was cold.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't understand. I mean, I don't understand how people live in this stuff.
Dude, it's crazy.
I mean, I just can't. I can't get it.
Having like winterized system, like having thick blood or thin blood, that's a real thing. Because I mean, I would come back when I was in college. I'd come back for Christmas and would not put on a coat down here because it just wasn't the same cold, and it didn't bother me. But I mean, it's cold. Up north is cold.
Yeah,
cold out there today. I'm just glad there wasn't ice on my car today.
Yeah, there was no ice today.
Yeah,
You know, it read 30 when I got in the car, and there was no ice, so that was good.
that was good. It was 28 for me. Now it's time for a quick check of the weather.
Cold.
That quick check of the weather brought to you by Ben 39. Discover one of St. Augustine's best kept secrets, Ben 39, tucked inside St. George Inn at the north end of St. George Street. With over 95 boutique wines, 50 of them rated 90 points or higher by Robert Parker, it's a perfect spot for a romantic date night or a relaxing after-work unwind. Sit by the glass or the bottle in a serene courtyard setting and enjoy live music throughout the week. Open daily 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Just stop by and say, I'll have what Irving's having. Ben 39, your taste to discover. All right, buckle up, baby. It's a Hit the Blake's traffic report.
Lots of seat warmers today on the roads.
I 100% used my seat warmer today.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah, my seat warmer in the Atlas like almost puts you on fire, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta. It
You
starts.
don't have adjustable?
It's no. I have three different gauges, and if you start at 3 and leave it on 3 for too long, you're basically cooking your back.
My car does like a default setting. If it's cold enough, then the heated steering wheel and the heated seat turns on at like full octane. And so, you know, it's nice.
Yeah, and we're complaining about what we got going on here. I mean, the rest of the country's getting their ass
Oh
kicked.
my word, they are. It's so bad. It's actually frightening.
You know, I was thinking about that. I was like, what happens on a medical emergency in some of these? I mean, do people just die at home?
Yes.
Yeah.
I assume so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
People are a tropical species, and more people die of cold-related deaths than they do heat-related deaths. It's actually kind of wild. All right, that Hit the Blake traffic report is brought to you by Old Town Trolley. Climb aboard Old Town Trolley and experience over 500 years of history in the heart of St. Augustine. This fully narrated 90-minute tour features 22 convenient stops and covers more than 100 points of interest. including iconic landmarks like the Castillo de San Marcos, the Fountain of Youth, and Flagler's historic hotel. With open-air views and all-day hop-on, hop-off access, it's the most fun and flexible way to explore the nation's oldest city. Your ticket also includes free admission to the St. Augustine History Museum, and local St. Johns County residents ride free with a full fare guest through the Hometown Pass program. Sign up today at hometownpass.com. Old Town Trolley, the best way to see St. Augustine, one stop at a time. Moving into the news. We've got major changes proposed for St. Augustine's premier music festival. I can tell you my daughter is stalking the website for updates. A major change could be coming to St. Augustine's largest music festival as organizers prepare to propose shifting the timing of its biggest event to reduce hurricane risk. Next month, the St. Augustine City Commission will review a plan that would move the St. Francis Field, I always say St. Francis Field headliner
Not
weekend, the Sing Out Loud Festival, from its traditional September slot to the last weekend of February beginning next year. Festival organizers stress the proposal is still tentative and say the goal is to protect the event from severe weather while keeping the festival's successful overall format intact. Under the plan, Sing Out Loud's broader programming would remain in September, preserving the city's popular month of music. That includes 4 weekends of local artist showcases, St. Augustine Songwriters Festival, record fairs, industry panels, and community performances across multiple venues. But the most weather-sensitive portion, the ticketed Francis Field headliner weekend, would shift to February. Organizers say last year's headliner weekend drew approximately 25,000 attendees and generated an estimated $9 million in economic impact. It also raised more than $130,000 for land conservation efforts. Data shows nearly 88% of ticket buyers traveled from outside St. Johns County, coming from all 50 states and 12 countries, reinforcing the festival's national and international reach. Weather data played a major role in the proposal. September historically carries the highest likelihood of a Category 3 or stronger hurricane, while February is statistically the least likely month for extreme weather. Supporters say moving the headliner weekend would reduce cancellation risk, ease pressure on emergency service, improve comfort for attendees, and increase artist availability. The February weekend could also align with existing cultural attractions, including the Fort Mose Jazz and Blues Series. The President's Day tourism weekend would be amazing, potentially boosting seasonal visitation. The St. Augustine City Commission is expected to take up the proposal at Monday's meeting. No final decision has been made yet. You know what this means? They should move it to February, and they should prolong Nights of Lights until the end of Sing Out Loud.
Yeah.
Heard it here first. This could be cool. I mean, we said, we don't typically do things outside in the cold, but this could change that.
Well, I'm not from a business side.
Yeah.
We're already busy during that
February.
time.
Okay.
And it was to boost tourism.
Yeah.
We have the week before we have the Daytona 500.
Mm-hmm.
Week after we have Bike Week.
Mm-hmm. So you're already booked. So it doesn't boost.
Yeah. So I would have liked to have been a part of the conversation a little bit more from the TDC side on this move, because a lot of the money comes from TDC.
Okay.
So I think there's going to be a bigger conversation that has to take place.
Is there a time when there isn't serious risk of extreme weather that we're not booked?
No, I mean, I understand the logic behind it for the event itself.
Yeah.
And the event has to be moved because of some of those situations that we talked about there. But there's times that would be better for the people that are paying the bills.
Says the man on the TDC board. So I'm guessing your vote is not President's Day weekend.
I'm going to have a tough time with that one.
Oh, President's Day weekend. That's Daytona 500.
That's Daytona 500 weekend, but it's in between President's Day weekend and Bike Week.
Yeah.
So we're still continuing to be.
Isn't there kind of a lull after the big push of early spring breakers? That would be decent, like late spring.
pretty much after Mother's Day would be great. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
you know,
That still rain risk.
yeah.
And
Well, that's the reason the TPC had to move theirs up because they were having so much trouble with
Yeah.
the weather. So I mean, we're living in Florida.
yeah, we just live in
It
Florida.
is
raining.
part of it. It is part of it. So it's part of the risk you got. I mean, but unfortunately, no matter what, they're going to have an event insurance. It's not like it never rains
Yeah.
February 28th. When
We're predicting it now.
I can tell you it rained.
What time?
It rained that weekend incredibly in 2012
Yeah.
because that's the day I started my walk.
Okay.
And they canceled the Daytona 500. Daytona 500 used to be on that weekend.
Okay.
And it poured down rain. They canceled the Daytona 500 till the next day, and they had to run the Daytona 500 on a Monday night, which was the best they've ever had as far as attendance or viewing of the Daytona 500. So I know it has rained on that weekend before too.
Yeah.
So,
It's not perfect.
yeah. No, I'm and I love what they're doing over there. I understand the thought process, but I'm gonna have a tough time
Yeah.
giving that much money to a weekend that we're pretty much going to be in.
Is already packed.
Yeah.
I mean, I kind of feel like separating the big headliner Francis Field event that far away from the rest of the events, it's not the same festival anymore.
They shouldn't call it Sing Out Loud if it's going to be in February, but the rest of Sing Out Loud's in September though.
Yeah.
But I do have to ask though that like if Sing Out Loud does move, then what's going to be the push to get people to go into the hotels? What's going to be the push then for people to come
In
to Sing Out
September?
in September?
We'll be dead again.
Yeah.
We'll be dead again. So, I mean, Sing Out Loud. I mean, it made our last two or three Septembers tolerable. I mean, and we're very, very grateful for that. But moving it that far away, I was hoping they'd move it like even into October, which is a slower month, and gets us a little further away from the hurricane stuff. But yeah.
Yeah.
So it's going to be an ongoing conversation.
Ongoing conversation. All right. Man arrested for speeding through St. Augustine preschool parking lot while fleeing police. Quote, no regard. A Jacksonville man is behind bars after deputies say he sped through St. Augustine preschool parking lot while trying to escape police, putting children and parents in danger. According to the St. Johns County Sheriff's Office, deputies attempted to stop Hector Suarez de la Berreria?
Yeah.
Something like that.
You got it.
Last Thursday
What she said.
on Home Moultrie. Yeah, I have to say it like 3 more times.
Oh,
on
no.
Home Moultrie Road, after spotting his vehicle displaying a stolen license plate. Instead of pulling over, investigators say the suspect tried to flee, driving into a preschool parking lot at the exact time students were being picked up for the day. Deputies wrote in their report that the suspect showed no regard for the lives and safety of the children and parents in the parking lot. The vehicle eventually came to a stop behind the preschool. Suarez de la Berreria then got out and ran, prompting a brief foot pursuit. Deputies say he was tased and taken into custody without further incident after being read his Miranda rights. The suspect declined to speak with investigators. He now faces charges including fleeing and eluding with disregard for public safety, resisting an officer without violence, and theft. The investigation remains ongoing. Are there like mayhem charges you can put on this dude for like high-speed chasing through a parking lot full of children and parents?
Yeah. I'm sure there is.
Yeah, I believe so.
I mean,
I mean, that's an endangerment situation, so.
100%. Why? Why would you high-speed chase through a preschool? No. Don't do that. Can't park there. Gas Buddy Gas Report. Tell us in the comments what gas prices are looking like around you. We've got Sunoco on North Ponce de Leon Boulevard at $2.63. We've got Gate at Mizell Road at $2.74. We've got Sunoco on South Ponce at $2.79. Shell at $2.16 Ponce de Leon Boulevards at $2.79. Shell at 146 King Street's at $2.79. Owens on South Ponce is at $2.80. Gate at US 1 North is $2.89. Circle K on 207 is $2.89. Circle K on US 1 North is $2.89, and no price for the Mobile and Circle K on South Ponce. Why are you even on the list? All right, that Gas Buddy Gas report
free.
is brought to you by Chris Lucero Bail Bonds. Trouble with the law? Call the name St. Augustine has trusted for years. Chris Lucero Bail Bonds, available 24/7. Their experienced and compassionate team works fast to get you or your loved one out of jail and back home. From paperwork to release, they make the process simple, discreet, and stress-free. No judgment, just help when you need it most. When time matters, remember the name and the number. Chris Lucero Bail Bonds at 904-822-BAIL. That's 904-822-2245.
22.
Got live music today, just barely. Nathan Allen is at Milltop Tavern at noon. Jeremy Wineglass is at Michael's at 6 o'clock. Damon Slaughter's at O.C. White's at 6 o'clock. Smoke and Joe Showers at Ann O'Malley's at 6 o'clock. And Carbon Leaf is closing out the night at Cafe 11 at 8 o'clock. That music report is brought to you by Fidus Roofing. When it comes to protecting your home, trust Fidus Roofing and Construction. Voted Best of St. Augustine every year since 2012. As a GAF Master Elite contractor, Fidus installs a GAF lifetime roofing system and expert metal roofs built to withstand Florida's toughest weather, from emergency repairs, plus full replacements, plus pavers and gutters. Fidus delivers quality, durability, and energy savings with every job. For Fidus Roofing, call 904-355-ROOF. That's 904-355-7663. Fidus Roofing, where trust is built from the top down.
And you said they do pavers and gutters.
They do.
Yeah.
It's good. We like that. I like my gutters. Very handy. My house was built so that there's like a massive waterfall over the front door, which our friends who were like, oh, you should totally buy this amazing house, it's right across the street from us, and showed us the house, failed to mention that until we moved in. And they were like, oh yeah, during a rainstorm we would sit on our front porch on our swing with a cocktail and watch the amount of water that would pour off of your house. It was like, hey, heads up would be great.
Yeah, would have been
Looks
nice.
like we're putting up gutters.
Would have been nice.
All right, we got tapping into the trends with the good Troy, and Blake found the story. Do you want to give us the synopsis, Blake?
So I saw this story off of Reddit where allegedly I believe it was a Miami clinic, a Miami IVF clinic. I believe, did they switch?
Orlando area fertility clinic.
Correction. Thank you. Let me try to pull up the story real quick. But it's Orlando area IVF clinic where I believe they accidentally switched embryos.
Oh, no. Okay, yeah. Florida woman is suing Orlando area fertility clinic after an in vitro fertilization mix-up allegedly led to her giving birth to someone else's biological child. The lawsuit filed against the Fertility Center of Orlando and Dr. Milton McNichol on January 9th. 41-year-old woman and her 43-year-old partner, identified in the suit only as Jane and John Doe, say they wanted to start a family and began working with the Longwood, Florida-based clinic to cryogenically store 3 viable embryos created using their own genetic material. Lovely euphemism. In March 2025, clinic staff implanted one of the embryos into the woman's uterus, and 9 months later, on December 11th, she gave birth to a beautiful, healthy baby girl. But while both the woman and her partner are white, the woman birthed a very dark-skinned baby who appears to be Asian American. The couple's attorney, Jack Scarollo, told New Times genetic testing later confirmed that the newborn has no relationship to either parent. The lawsuit, which alleges the clinic implanted the wrong... I think it's pretty obvious they implanted the wrong
really
embryo.
much so.
Alleged.
Wrong.
The wrong embryo, and the woman asked the judge to immediately order the clinic to notify affected patients, pay for genetic testing, and disclose any cases in the past 5 years in which children were born through IVF services that were not biologically related to their parents. I'm assuming the accidental ones.
Yeah, how do you fix this?
That is so hard.
So
I mean, this woman carried,
This baby and bonded with this baby.
Provided life for this baby.
Was her baby implanted in someone else?
That's what I'm saying. I mean, how do you fix?
Did they just use the wrong cup?
This oopsie doesn't work on this one.
Dude.
Whoopsie.
At least, okay, so at least it was fully not their baby, and it's not her husband's material got added to her material. Like, at least it wasn't that.
I don't know if we can justify this one.
Because then it would be like, wait, oh, dude. I mean, there's a lot to this.
Yeah, I mean, like when you go into surgery, I don't know if you've ever had surgery, and they'll actually write on your leg like a big X, like not
this one,
not this leg or whatever it is. And
yep,
yeah,
they did that on my mom when she had knee surgery. She did one at a time, and so they definitely, when I went to visit her, had a big X on the non-surgical knee, and I was like, they could at least wash it off.
Yeah,
it feels a little.
Well,
scary.
I didn't realize they did it until because I haven't had that type of surgery. But when Ty had his hip surgery, it was like they were X on the other side, and I said, I mean, it was big and very noticeable. Like, don't cut here.
Well, that just freaks you out more. That's the thing. It's like, I get that might be necessary, but the fact...
I mean, it shows how many times it's happened.
I know! And it's like, dude, come on. Yeah, that is terrifying. There's a quote: "The heartbreaking and unexplained in vitro fertilization errors described in our recently filed lawsuit remain unresolved as of the publishing of this story, while our clients continue to fall more deeply in love with a beautiful little baby girl who is someone else's child. They are also living with the unbearable knowledge that there may be one or more of their own children unknowingly in the care of strangers." And that's terrifying. Does this mean that they're falling in love with this baby girl, and this baby girl might be taken away from them? Is there a custody battle brewing in this?
It could be, and the one thing that they have to understand is if their baby is with someone else who is doing in vitro, it's somebody who truly wanted to have a baby.
Yes.
It's not like it's going to be some derelict couple.
Yeah.
You know, they put the time.
It's not an oopsie that didn't know how this works.
I mean, you pay a lot of money for this.
This is very intentional. And
I'm not saying because you pay a lot of money it makes you great parents, but it's somebody who definitely wanted to be parents.
Well, that's the stats on implantation and miscarriage are devastating. That's assuming that should one of their embryos have been implanted, that it actually remained a viable pregnancy. There is a chance that one of their embryos were implanted and it miscarried. And so then they would have to live with the fact that would that embryo have stayed with her?
Well,
like,
and how often does this happen? This happened to be a different race.
Yeah.
That made it very noticeable.
That made it obvious.
You know?
Yeah. And how many times is it like, oh, yeah, he looks just like your great Uncle Harry. I'll show you a picture. And really, it's like not even the baby. That's so scary. There's so much trust in a clinic like that. And when it so obviously breaks that trust. And the story says that they're being completely uncooperative and they're not helping the family figure any of this out. So that's also terrible.
All right. So real quick for asking about like, oh, yeah, sorry.
Carlos,
levity in the moment.
I know.
He looks like a Carlos.
Yeah. So real quick about the you were asking about like what can
whose baby are you carrying there?
Oh, that's
Hangover.
Have you ever seen a Hangover?
It looks like him though. Look at him.
Well, he's trying to get to a doctor's appointment.
Sorry.
I'm trying to get to a doctor's appointment real quick, but this is not helping. But yeah, but so I looked around and saying that there actually is a possibility where this baby could be returned to the parents if the parents of the original baby knew about this, they could file a court petition. So
they should be able to do a DNA.
Yes.
A custody battle could be brewing.
Yes.
Yeah, they should be able to eliminate by race, even through
these
the DNA.
parents that have given birth to this baby that's not theirs, these unwilling surrogates.
Yes.
Even if they want to keep the baby, the biological parents
there
could
is-
petition
Yeah,
to.
exactly.
There is possibility that depending on like the total time of the attachment with the child, there might be questionability. It's like, okay, yes, we know it's your kid, but it's like they already spent too much time, and also probably and also the parents also if the original
I would
DNA
want to know immediately.
I believe the military term is FUBAR.
Yeah,
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
I would want to know immediately. And I think that's part of the problem with the clinic being so uncooperative is that it's just dragging out this process where they're in limbo and they don't know if they're actually parents or not. Because
Exactly.
essentially this would be an adoption. And that is a thing. You can adopt IVF embryos that have been released by the biological parents. They're no longer wanted. You can save them from being destroyed and you can adopt them and have them implanted.
FUBAR.
Yeah, but for right now, the does are the legal parents of the child. So
Okay, because they're on the birth certificate.
yes,
But they could lose their rights should the biological parents file
Yes.
a petition.
yes, it is a possibility.
That is terrible.
I know.
That happened to the trends. Really brought us all down. Brought to you by St. Augustine Handy Houses.
Well, I'm
which
glad
will
the
lift you
babies
up.
are healthy.
Yes, I'm
good
glad the
choice.
baby's healthy. Need a customer prefab portable building that's built to last? Come to St. Augustine Handy House, proudly owned by Troy Usian Enterprises and serving the community since 1988. With over 70 structures in stock, from sheds and barns to carports and offices, you'll find the perfect fit for your needs. Every building includes free delivery, leveling, and anchoring, plus easy financing options. Visit them on State Road 16, open Monday through Saturday, or call 904-823-9092. St. Augustine Handy Houses, where quality meets convenience and community matters. All right, Senate panel okays bill affirming St. Johns County as Black History Museum site and creating a board. A bill that would formally designate St. Johns County as the future home of Florida's Museum of Black History is moving forward once again in state legislature, but not without competition. The Senate Government Oversight and Accountability Committee voted unanimously to advance Senate Bill 308, which would confirm St. Johns County as a selected site for the museum and establish a governing Florida Museum of Black History Board of Directors. The legislation is being sponsored by State Senator Tom Leake in St. Augustine and Representative Kyan Michaels in Jacksonville. It mirrors the bill that passed Senate unanimously last year but stalled in the House. If approved, the bill would put into law a prior recommendation from the Florida Museum of Black History Task Force, which ranked St. Johns County as the top site for the museum. The proposal would also create a board responsible for overseeing the museum's planning, construction, and future operations. Board members would be appointed by state leaders and prohibited from holding other elected offices, aside from designated legislative representatives serving in ex officio roles. I love it. The task force 2024 review placed St. Johns County first, followed by Eatonville in Orange County and Opa-locka in Miami-Dade County. Lawmakers have already earmarked $1 million for preliminary planning tied to the St. Johns County proposal. However, Opa-locka leaders continue to challenge the selection, arguing the task force did not officially finalize the site and that no feasibility study has been completed. A separate analysis commissioned by Opa-locka concluded their site is the most implementation-ready siting, infrastructure access, site control, and proximity to cultural and civic assets. Senate Bill 308 now heads to the Senate Rules Committee for its next stop. Meanwhile, the House companion bill awaits its first committee hearing. The final decision on the museum's home is still ahead, and the competition remains active.
Right. Ex officio.
I don't know about that.
I know. I've been an ex officio board member before. So.
I'm looking at my Latin pronunciation rules.
All right. And Opa-locka, I have some grapes for you. They're a little sour.
I mean, you can make your case. Just gonna make this more expensive.
Mm-hmm.
All right,
You're still gonna lose.
that's what I'm saying.
Yep.
It's just gonna cost more money.
Yeah.
Still the same result. All right, Florida officials find elevated levels of arsenic in children's candy. This is a bummer. Florida state
Yeah, I
leaders.
love all the candies on this list.
I like most of them.
All of them.
Florida state leaders are urging parents to take a closer look at candy that their children are eating after new testing found elevated arsenic levels in several popular sweets. First Lady Casey DeSantis, joined by Governor Ron DeSantis and Surgeon General Dr. Joseph Ladapo, announced the findings at a press conference in the Villages. State officials say laboratory testing conducted through the Florida Department of Health found 26 out of 33 traditional candy brands tested contained elevated arsenic levels. Casey DeSantis emphasized the concern is not a single piece of candy, but repeated consumption over time, which she said could pose health risks for children. Among the candies found with the elevated arsenic levels were Swedish Fish, Jolly Ranchers, Twizzlers, Kit Kat, Snickers, Three Musketeers, Tootsie Rolls, Nerds, Dots, and Sweet Tarts. However, some popular candies tested without detectable toxins included Reese's Peanut Butter Cups.
If that was real, I'd have been dead already.
M&M's, Twix, Milky Way, Hershey's Milk Chocolate, and Whoppers. Governor DeSantis joked that his children would be relieved Reese's made the safe list. We all are, Governor DeSantis.
Everyone is.
There's a reason their slogan is perfect, because it is. State health officials highlighted Swedish Fish as an example, saying more than 8 pieces could exceed a child's estimated safe annual arsenic exposure, while a typical small bag contains far more. Dr. Ladapo said arsenic occurs naturally in soil and can appear in foods, but claimed candy levels measured were 2 to 4 times higher than foods already known for arsenic exposure, such as rice. Officials warn long-term arsenic exposure can impact childhood development, immune health, and increase cancer risk. The National Confectioners Association pushed back strongly, calling the state's warnings misguided and fear-based, and accused officials of using scare tactics. The state has posted the full test results online. Meanwhile, this announcement follows other recent administration warnings about heavy metals in baby formula, part of an ongoing health initiative led by the governor, first lady, and surgeon general. Parents are being encouraged to review the findings and make informed choices about candy consumption. Oh, gracious.
All right. You ready for my rant?
Yeah. Go.
Governor, you vetoed the free kill, and you're worried about candy that's been around for 40 freaking years. Fix the law, and then I'll give you some validity on this story. But fix the free kill law.
That it?
That's it. I don't want to say anymore because I mean it's just got to be taken care of.
I'm pretty safe. I don't like Swedish Fish. I would never eat a Jolly Rancher unless
Jolly Ranchers have been around longer than I have.
I know.
And I've never heard of anyone dying of a Jolly Rancher unless they choked on it.
Yes.
Twizzlers I'm safe with. Kit Kats are slightly dangerous. I'm not a Snickers
have
person.
been around since the 20s.
That doesn't mean that they've been laced with arsenic.
No one's died from a Snickers bar unless you were allergic to peanuts, which is another thing that was brought on by research, is peanut allergies. Freaking.
So my thing is, like, the recipes haven't remained static. The ingredients and the suppliers, and that hasn't remained static for 40, 50, 60 years, however long Dots and Sweet Tarts have been alive, or been around. So just because they've been around forever doesn't mean that it's the same candy that it was when you were a child eating it. I would argue that the ingredients have changed significantly since you were a child.
Well, I mean, the flour has changed on everything that has any flour in it whatsoever, but that's still, that's still not, this is definitely a fear-based statement in my opinion. If it was, then why is it just the state of Florida that has discovered this?
Maybe it's because we're the ones looking. I mean, we think that FDA actually is checking to make sure our food's safe, but the actual chance that you have gotten something from a lot that's actually legitimately
There's bigger
been
things
tested.
to freaking worry about, I can tell you that. And they're not worried about those things. So there are bigger things to worry about.
Troy is not a Maha warrior.
No.
I'm just saying, you can look at, there are side-by-sides of ingredients lists on products, U.S. products versus international market products. And those ingredients lists are very, very different. The ingredients list, when you find an old wrapper, versus a modern day ingredients list, are very different. So it would not surprise me at all if these candies have become less and less safe the longer they have existed in the U.S.
In 20 years, they'll be healthy again. They'll be healthy
Never
for
going
us.
to be healthy.
Well, I mean, cigarettes were healthy at one point.
I know, they had cigarette mascots that handed out packs of cigarettes in hospitals.
So
Part of a healthy lifestyle.
we don't know what we don't know.
Troy, how do you want
And
to
they
check
don't
comments
know.
today?
All right. I will travel tolerantly through the terrific topics offered by the tribe of minions.
All right, that tolerant, tramp? I don't know. Something.
Travel.
Is brought to you by BNS Signs. Want your business to get noticed and stay that way? Turn to BNS Signs, proudly family owned and serving St. Augustine for over 50 years. From bold vinyl lettering to towering pylon signs, they specialize in high quality custom signage built to last. Their expert team handles everything design, installation, crane service, repairs, and maintenance with fast, responsive service that keeps your sign looking sharp. Make a lasting impression with BNS Signs. Visit bnssigns.com, because when it comes to signs, they do it all. Troy, give us comments report.
All right. Some great comments today. A lot of really, really cold. The Jaguars game came in a couple of different times on being one of the coldest when it was like 26 degrees. The trending story got a lot of comments. I don't know how they fix that. And Bobby threw in snafu to go along with FUBAR. Both of those work in that situation. So I didn't have a gas report today, but we are ready for Stordom Stat.
Right on. Stordom Stat, give it to us.
All right, Stordom Stat. This is the day the concentration camp at Auschwitz was liberated. And the Soviet Union walked into Auschwitz, and there was multiple camps. I think people think that there was just one camp, but there was multiple camps that were under the Auschwitz control. And when they walked in, they found 7,000 prisoners there. They found 650 bodies that had not been disposed of yet. They found blown up crematoriums. And then they found a room that was waiting to be burned of thousands of dresses, thousands of suits, and thousands of shoes.
Yeah.
And if you've ever been to the Holocaust Museum, that room changes your life.
Yeah.
So, and that it's just a horrible. And this was the first that the rest of the world. They heard rumors, but this is the first proof that the rest of the world was able to see what was going on with what was happening with what they called medical research.
Yeah. Have you ever visited a concentration camp?
No, I haven't.
It's the first time I ever stepped foot on soil and realized that a place has a memory.
Mm-hmm.
It's not. There's no joy there. Mm-hmm. That you can just feel the energy.
I can't imagine what that feels
horrible.
like. So, I mean, like the Arizona is so solemn because you're standing over those soldiers' graves, and 9/11, where that's at. So, but we got to get Blake out of here.
Yep, that's Stardom Status brought to you by Sonny's Barbecue. Hungry for real Southern barbecue? Head over to Sonny's Barbecue, located at 2720 State Road 16 in St. Augustine. Start off right with crowd favorites like barbecue pork egg rolls, smoked wings, or crispy corn nuggets. Then dig into their mouth-watering St. Louis ribs, or try one of the Pitmasters picks with all the classic sides, including their famous garlic bread. And don't forget to wash it all down with their signature sweet tea. Sonny's local Pitmasters since 1968. Give us plugs, Troy.
Bollocks tonight.
Woohoo! Give us plugs, Blake.
Bye, everyone.
Don't forget to like and follow us on Facebook, Instagram, subscribe on YouTube, and Rumble. We love you. Bye.